This is Christelle Martinette. This is a very brief pre-reading segment because I realized afterwards, after the reading, that I was running a fever, and I saw the video again, and at one point there's a hanged man I show you, and I call it the hermit, but indeed the reading and the interpretation is for the hanged man. So just close one eye this week, and I hope you are able to hear my voice in any case. Enjoy the reading. Bye-bye. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette with another weekly tarot and oracle card reading for the week starting the 13th of April. As you can see, I'm under the weather here in Rome. I'm coming out of a couple of days of fever, and my voice is just not the best. That's the first thing that goes on me, is my voice. But I didn't want to skip a week, so I'll try. If you can't hear me, please turn up the volume. Now, I've got a lot of requests. As I mix the cards, I'll try to answer. A woman asks me about what decks I use. If you scroll down under the video, there's a description, and there is where I describe which decks I use each week. Also, a person has requested if I could put the camera up from above, and I don't have any place to hold that camera from above, but I've tried to turn it so you could focus in at least here. We'll see if that's a little better. Now this week I'm going to do something different. My spread will be different. I will spread 4 cards across the top. The first card will be the most important person in your life, or persons. Now I mean by that loved ones, the most important. If you have a ménage à trois, there are 3 of you. Those are the most important persons, an emotional relationship. That's the first one. The second one is your work environment. The whole first row is relationships, work environment, or if you're independently wealthy, some kind of activity or hobby or vested interests. Okay, that will be the vested interests relationships. The third card will be the friends and social networks. I'll repeat these as I go through. And the last will be family relations. Under those, I'll put another 3 rows of 4 cards, one under each of those. The first row will be our dreams or desires. The third row will be the activity that unfolds for each of those categories. And the last card, the row of cards, will be the outcome. It's just a closure, let's say, not exactly the outcome, but more of a closure, a summary could be. Now, as always, I'll use several decks. I have here the Visconti-Sforza Tarot from the 14th century, and I'll start with those 4 cards. The first is the most important person or persons in your life, is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. The next is the working environment or vested interests, and this is the Justice card. The third is friends and social networks. Can you see that? It's the devil. And the last is family relations, 4 of Wands. Now, on the face of it, just a very brief description of each. Your most important person, there will be more of the same. The Ace of Cups tells us that the week of the 13th of April, give or take a day, because it's always difficult to cut off time, but that is the bringing of spiritual emotions. That is at the beginning of something. Of course, I said it was the most important person in your life, in your mind at least, even if you're not with this person. This will be moving, something will be coming. Now, in the work, livelihood, vested interests category, the Justice card is a card that tells us that there needs to be balance. You will be seeking balance in those areas, almost as if you'll do it subjectively. You'll be seeing from afar, and this is quite nice. I like this, the Justice card for this realm. And then there's the friends and social network, and it's so cute for me to see the devil come up there. It's almost as if how could I put it? I include social networks, so you'll be just chatting away, trying to get it on, just trying to get hot things going and moving things in your direction, just trying to get it hot. Okay, this is something where you're going to move and try to get a lot of things going. You want some passion. Okay, that's in a social network. Okay, that's in a social network. It's separated from the person who's most important in your life, which is interesting. And the last, the Four of Wands here, the Four of Wands for the family relations is quite nicely represented by the Four of Wands, since the Four of Wands is a time, it is representative of the house and of joy in the house, a foundation, a good foundation, strong foundation. Now let's go to the next row of the dreams and our desires for this, each category. Very interesting. Okay. For the most important person, there's the Seven of Wands. You can see that. The Seven of Wands, it came out a couple of weeks ago, actually, and it talks about success in the face of adversity. And you beat the odds. That person beats the odds, surprises you, or those people, in the case of multiple intricate relationships, they beat the odds. And they do act in a way that is which is different from the past, actually. Now, the vested interests, work, activity, there's the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a determined movement of going right to the heart of matters. No shifts, sliding away. You're not slipping and sliding away. You're going right to the heart of matters. Clarity. You want clarity in that area of your life, in that domain. Now, what is very cute is for the friends and social network. There's the Nine of Cups. This is the wish card par excellence. You get your wishes. If you want to get moving and sex out of that hubbub of a network, you're going to get it. Okay, be advised and have fun. Have fun. The family relations, there's the 10, sorry, I can barely talk. There's the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands are those shooting wands. Very quickly, things in the house start to gel. There's happiness there. Clarity's happiness. There's transparency, I would dare say. Very, very nice. This of all of them, perhaps the realm of the family is clear, and the innuendo, the social banter, and the social get-together, and the road to degradation, that is successful. And of course, there's one of the parties of these the relations, the most important, has to overcome barriers and in the face of adversity. And we're going right to the heart of matters in our vested interests. Now the activity in each of these realms. Well, in the most important person in our life, there's the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is, well, we would like to say that, everybody, all the books I've ever read and people who I've talked to, talk about happily ever after card, and we know that is in our dreams actually, but this is the activity line. So it's more as if you'll be coming out of a very difficult time and things will be looking so much different in that realm with that most important person. It's almost hard to believe. Now the vested interests in the activities line, there is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups talks of a sort of partnership here where each party brings something to the vested interest, and there will be clarity. It will be drawn out and clarified in that week. Now, I hate to put a halt on all of your hopes and dreams. The realm of the friendships and social networks, because the Hermit and the Hermit. The Hermit is the card where everybody says, "Oh, waiting again and again," but not necessarily here in this position. It's telling us that yes, social networks. You're trying to get your gumption up. You're trying to get enjoyment out of sexual innuendo. This is just an invitation for us to turn our heads around, turn the perspective around, look at it as a different way. How could you possibly seek sex in a network? I mean, we're getting face to face here. So this is inviting us to remember that in the tarot deck, the devil is our vices. It's representative of our vices. Now, if you could use that vice for your wish, it will be much more successful, and you won't have to be waiting for that coming your way. But this is invites you to take a look at that differently, your habits, your obsessions. Try to look at them in a different way, perceive them in a different way. And the family relations. This seems to be coming out ahead of all the rest, actually. This is the star. The star. The stars is oftentimes, the star is misinterpreted. Many people think of it as our wishes, our dreams. Stars are nonetheless shining, and stars mean clarity, and stars highlight things that are hidden and come to light in a way that is sort of, I'll use the word soft, I'll use the word light comes from different angles, not necessarily one source. And if it has to do with the family realm domain, this stands to tell us that every member will be going through an awakening in their own way. Now the outcome card. The outcome card for each domain and across the week. My. For the most important person's your relationship with the most important person. There's the Empress. And this is Mother Earth. This is a guarantee. It's protection. It is a golden haze around that domain. Nothing can go wrong in that week surrounding that most important relationship. There's a lot of protection here. Mothers never, like the Mother Earth, never ever judges anything. So bear that in mind. In our work and livelihood and vested interests, there's the Hierophant, the High Priest, the Hierophant, which also is a protection in this realm. It speaks of spirituality. It speaks of a protection of all of your vested interests and livelihood, remembering that the Two of Cups has come out, and that means interacting with other people. And fear not, do not fear the interaction, because it is protected. The third realm, the third domain, the friends and social network here, we have the High Priestess right next to the Hierophant. Here too, there is no, how shall I say, and I will say it again, there is no judgment in this realm. You have a habit, you have an obsession, you have your way of getting your rocks off, if you allow me to say that, use that expression. You just do as you please, and if it works for you, do it. No one should will ever judge you for things that give you pleasure. Okay, so don't get down on thinking that your habits or your obsessions are negative or are in a dark side, on the dark side of the moon. They're part of your behavior. Accept them, and other people will accept them. And the fourth, the family relations. There's the Ten of Pentacles crowning that domain, and this is domestic prosperity. How indicative, how adept, how interesting for that realm. It is also means success in business if you have a family business, but usually it's domestic prosperity. Now, of all of these four domains, I'm very pleased with as they are, but customarily I like to put out some Vera Sibilla cards, which are the oracle, with which whisper, these cards that whisper and tell us, give us more, sometimes details, sometimes is other types of insight. Let me draw 3 for each domain. And first, the most important persons or persons. Yes, there's going to be a meeting. 4 have come out, 4. There's going to be a meeting. The first is the reunion card, Unione, probably the most favorable in the deck. Well, let me show you all 4 of them. There's the meeting, Riunione, the prisoner, intimacy, and there is the fortune. It's crowned by the 2 most fortunate cards. These 2 cards came out together. And I'm reading this as someone who was prisoner of themselves or of some other activity or some other thing is now coming forth for intimacy with the other person. And this is, as I said, it was protected, and it seems like I'm giving you the happily ever after reading this week, but it's not the case. I don't do happily ever after. But this tells me that things that were hiding or bogged down, that didn't come forward, the person who was held down is now coming forth. Just a confirmation with the Neapolitans for that. One card. The one card is the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles in the Neapolitan cards is a time card. The time card that tells us that it's in the immediacy. So this will be happening in around that week, in the heart of that week. Give or take a day or 2. So it could be as early as Sunday, as late as the Monday afterward. The work, livelihood, vested interests realm, we said that there was to deal with other persons, getting right to the heart of the activity and being protected by the Hierophant. Okay, now, interesting. These cards are talking tonight. The Gran Signore, Gran Consolazione. This is well, you see he's dreaming there, but it's not a dream indeed. This is activity, economic activity, which will be rewarding you, and not little, quite a bit, because we here have pietre, dono di pietre preziosi, presente di pietre preziose, which are gifts. It's monetary value that's coming your way. Things are moving in the economic realm. And this domestico, this is the valet, 14th century valet, is a messenger here. I'm seeing this as a messenger, a different meaning that he would have elsewhere, but it's a messenger of economic value coming your way. One card of the Neapolitans. Okay, yeah, that's it. The Knight coming with Pentacles. That's confirms, corroborates, if you will. And these, the friendship, the social network. The social network. This is a warning and advice. Okay, the warning and advice. Here we have the old lady. The old lady, which advises and speaks of a change. Now let me see if I can explain this to you. There are falsehoods, lies, and despair. Now, the old lady talks of a change that has to do with past lies and past despair in the realm of friends and social networks. If you had activity in the social realm and with friends that was not above board or was filled with negativity, that is going to change. One Neapolitan card, and the Neapolitan card talks of a strong foundation in that realm where you're going to be requested, or if not simply requested, you're things falling left and right here. You'll be advised to change your habits, but you won't even have to do much work because that will come naturally to you. Now the last, the friends and family relations. Here too, there is, I'm reading this male enemy as a change, similar to the thief here. There's a child, a change, the enemy, male enemy, and a consolation prize, the catch with the fish. Now, there are many things here. We're talking about family. If you are in a family relations, then this man, this enemy, male enemy, will take on a different role. That person will be changing. The role that they'll have is changing in your life. So this is the beginning of a change of roles in with someone in your family, and it will be a positive change. It will be the first step in a positive change. One more Neapolitan card deck, and then I have to say goodbye. Okay, this is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords in this deck, the Seven of Swords in this deck is always a problematic card, and it will be problematic in relation to the person, a male figure in your family realm that either you're coming away from, or that you are changing the role in your eyes that they have for you, but that may cause a bit of friction. There may be a bit of conversation, but it's not as heavily laden as this card usually pans out to be, because of the change and because of the Ten of Pentacles, which is prosperity, domestic prosperity. So what it's telling us is that yes, it's not going to be flowers and rose-colored glasses. There is going to be talk and clarifying to do, but there will be a domestic prosperity because of that. So feel free to then develop that. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure to work with you, to read with you. And I missed reading. It was a long 7 days, 10 days. I do hope that you have enjoyed the reading. Please subscribe, I'd appreciate it, and share. And if interested in private readings, do visit my website, Christelle, ChristeLle, Martinette, MartineTTE.com, and take a look at the things I do and see if there's something that you would like to, some type of a reading or activity that could suit you. Again, I hope you have a nice week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.